Hi everybody, welcome to another Facebook Live video. My name is Ross Pry, I'm the Membership Director here at ACFE, and today I'm joined by Ben Salazar.
Hey, how are you?
Ben's a certification administrator and he's been working really hard on a great new member benefit that we're rolling out, our ACFE Mentoring Program. So today we're going to talk about what the program is, why you should join. We're also going to talk about what we're doing at the annual conference and how the program works. So all the specifics about the new ACFE Mentoring Program, we're going to be able to answer those questions. And speaking of questions, if you have any questions while we're here, please feel free to type them in as a comment. And if we have time, we'll answer those questions live. Otherwise, we'll get back to you and respond in our own comments. All right, so we're going to hop right in. The first is kind of what is the ACFE Mentoring Program, and I'll give a little bit of history in terms of this. We try to survey our members a lot and ask them what we're doing right and what we can do better. And the mentoring program is something that's kind of come about in some of our member surveys, whether those are calls that we have with our members after they answer, whenever they call us, answer an email, things like that, or even just a basic member survey asking, what we can do better. And this topic of mentoring kind of continued to come about, and it worked out that we have this great technology in our ACFE community that we can leverage that. So the mentoring program came about as an opportunity to help people kind of break into the anti-fraud profession. We understand that people are coming from a variety of different avenues, whether they're investigators or law enforcement or accountants or auditors, and they might have different ways to break into the anti-fraud profession, anti-fraud industry. And so people were asking about mentorship. And so we started working on this program, and we're excited to roll out this ACFE mentoring program so we can help out some of those people who are just breaking into the profession, and then also some of those people who have been around for a while and know what it's like and know some of the trials and tribulations of a career, and they can kind of help out and lend a hand to some of the people that are kind of just breaking in. So if you're interested in enrolling, whether enrolling as a mentor or mentee, you can go to connect.acfe.com/mentoring, or just go to connect.acfe.com, and there's a mentoring tab up on the top bar, and then you can enroll right there. There's a great getting started page where you can watch a video of Bruce Doris. So there's a lot of different things on there to answer questions about the program, but we're also going to kind of jump in and answer some of those questions as well. So let me get started with one, Ben, and it's I guess going to give us an idea on kind of how the program works.
Yeah. So from the top, if you're a mentee, you want to enroll as a mentee in connect.acfe.com/mentee. You then are going to review the resources and create professional goals for yourself and how a mentee can help you with that. These resources will be coming this week, so we'll be sending emails to mentees, and it's also going to be there on the page. After you are clear about your goal, you want to request a mentor. After you request a mentor, the mentor is going to contact you to do a discovery call and figure out if you're both a good match. If you are a good match, the beginning of the mentoring relationship will be July 16, 2018. So that's how it basically works for mentees. For mentors, you enroll as a mentor. You then wait for a mentee to contact you, and then you are going to schedule a discovery call with the mentee to see if you're a good match. If you are a good match, you then begin the mentoring relationship on July 16, 2018.
So I know one of the things that people kind of ask about, and it's like, how much time am I going to have to put forth into this? And what type of time commitment is it? And, we understand if you're a busy professional, you've got a lot going on. You've got your work stuff, you've got your family obligations, you've got social obligations. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, time to do something else is sometimes hard to come by. And so one of the things we wanted to keep in mind when we talk about the mentoring program is that time commitment. And so, what we say is that a minimum of an hour a month, and the program is going to last for 6 months. So it's really like we're kicking off, in July with the 6-month program. And so what it'll allow people to do is we're kind of getting a class together or a group together. And we're all going to launch on that same date, pretty much in July, and it's going to go for 6 months. But really, the time commitment is really up to you. We ask for that minimum of an hour, but professional growth and change is kind of hard, and it's going to challenge you and push you a little bit. And so, especially if you're a mentee, you might need to invest a little bit more time in that. In terms of, Ben talked about his goals or what your goals might be. And so, depending upon where you are in your profession and what stage of your career, it might take you a little while to figure out what that career goal is. And then pushing yourself out of your comfort zone in terms of kind of growing professionally, that might be a challenge. But it might be something small, like you want to show up better in a meeting. And so a small achievable goal that you and your mentor might set would be, I just want to talk a couple of times in this meeting. And so there's little things you can do along the way, but you're still working and growing, and some of that professional growth might be a little bit challenging. But we're asking for about an hour a month, and I think that's a pretty reasonable commitment when we're talking about achieving professional goals. Let's see, you talked about the 6-month program. We talked about that as well. Mm-hmm. A couple of the things we want to make sure to mention is that the way we're structuring the program, it is an ACFE member benefit. So it's just ACFE members can be a part of the program. And then we're also, in terms of mentors, we're targeting CFEs. So only CFEs can be mentors right now. But if you're a mentor, you can also be a mentee, right?
Yeah, you can be both mentor or mentee. It's up to you.
Yeah, so it depends. It might be that, for example, let's say you have transitioned from the public sector into the private sector, or then maybe you have a long public sector career and you're trying to transition into the private sector, and maybe you need help. You could be a seasoned professional in a CFE, but you might need a little more guidance and help along the way. So then you might need a mentor to help you in that regard. But a college graduate, somebody who's looking to break into the public sector, maybe they might need help, and then you could potentially offer your services and be a mentor to some of those people as well. One of the things that, have you ever done like an adventure race or like a Spartan race or a Tough Mud or anything like that? So one of the things, I think it applies here, one of the things that I really like about those races, and I've done one before, is that anytime you approach an obstacle, if you're approaching it, somebody's in front of you, you try to help them over the obstacle, right? Or if you get to the top of the obstacle, you turn around and you lend your hand and you help that person coming up. And that's kind of what I think about when I think about this mentoring program. I'm kind of envisioning CFEs who have been in the industry and have been members for 30 years, and they're turning around to extend their hand and to help out the next generation of anti-fraud professionals. And that's kind of what I think about when I think about this mentoring program, and ways that kind of some of the reasons why we're trying to create this program and how it can help out members. So I started to touch on it a little bit, but in terms of that professional growth. But what are some other reasons why people should join the program?
Yeah, I think another big thing is like networking. Just go out and if you're a mentee, just request a few mentors. You actually have that. You can do that. You can request a few mentors, get to know people, be on a few discovery calls. At the end of that journey, I guess you do just want to request one mentor. So for the program, for the group, for the 6-month program, you just want to have one mentor. But before that, go ahead and request as many as you want, and just get a feel for everybody out there. Just get to know people in your field, get out of your comfort zone, go try something else. Just have fun with it.
So you mentioned having one mentor, right? So that was one of the rules we also wanted to mention is in terms of we would like mentors to only have at most 3 mentees. So now if you're a mentee, you should only have one mentor, but we kind of understand that mentors might have the bandwidth to have more than one mentee. But we do want to cap it at 3 because hopefully you've got a lot of stuff going on as well, and having more than 3, you might not be able to invest as much as energy and effort and resources as you probably should. So we're capping that at 3. So you mentioned networking, and that's something I kind of led off with as well. You have people coming from all these different industries, whether it's healthcare or insurance, financial institutions. And then you have people coming from different avenues, whether they're investigators or auditors. And so that's kind of one of the power of this, the association of ACFE, is that we're bringing all of these groups together, these kind of varying groups, and offering them an opportunity to get together and to meet and network. And I talk a lot about the value of a network, and I think this is another one of those things that kind of can really speak to the importance of networking. So I think networking is a really big one. Also the experience. If you're a mentee, you're going to learn from somebody who has a lot of experience and going to help you reach that professional milestone, a professional goal that you're looking for. And then if you're a mentor, it's you're not just going to learn things as a mentee, you're also going to be learning things as a mentor. And I think it's a good opportunity as a mentor to look at that relationship that you have with the mentee and figure out, it can be a reciprocal. It can be kind of a two-way street, and mentors should be learning from mentees also. It's not just mentees learning from mentors, right?
Yeah. I mean, and also, I guess I'm thinking right now with the technology being at such a fast pace, I guess there's a lot of things that, let's say, a younger mentor would know that could potentially help other mentee would know that could help other mentors. So for sure.
And so we talked about some of those goals. We want to make sure that our goals are in a certain framework, right? We want to make sure that as we're setting those professional goals as mentees, that there's something that we can achieve, right?
Yeah. So actually, glad you brought that up. We're going to have so many resources for mentees, and you can, if you're in the beginning of this whole journey, we're going to have something called the professional balance wheel to see where you stand. From there, we can go to the personal SWOT analysis just to see your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There's going to be a tool to help you to identify your career goal. You can ask yourself those questions to, see what it is that you want to do and be more clear on your goals. The SMART goal commitment, that's going to be really helpful for you to write down what you want to do with your mentor and stick to that plan. And speaking of plans, the action plan, I think, is going to be really helpful too. This is where you get to write that overall goal and the next steps and desired outcome. So that's some of the resources that we have planned for y'all too. So,
and it's not everybody's going to have to go through that, right? I mean, some people might they know right now without even opening a single resource what they're going to be focusing on.
Exactly.
Others might need more help, and they're going to be using some of those resources to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you already have your goal lined up, I think the one resource that can really help you would be the action plan. You know what that goal is, but what are those next steps you want to take to achieve that goal?
Right. And that's part of another one of the benefits we talk about this program is it is kind of flexible, it is customizable. So if you need to go through the process of developing a SWOT analysis, that strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or you need to go through the SMART goal, you can do that. Otherwise, some people might walk in and say, I know exactly where I want to go, I know what I want to do, I just don't know how to achieve it, which is what that mentoring relationship can do. And part of another benefit that I see with this mentoring relationship and this new mentoring program is that you might not be able to really share everything about your particular work environment and work situation with your immediate supervisor or with the supervisor above your immediate supervisor. And so one of the things I think is great about this is it offers an opportunity to forge a relationship with someone that can provide you with some outside influence. And it's kind of a judgment-free zone. And we even have a document, that we ask people to kind of complete. And, it's make sure this relationship is confidential and make sure that, whenever you're working together, that the mentee has an opportunity to, really be open and honest. And the mentor has that same opportunity because we want the mentor to be able to provide feedback, to the mentee, to help them grow. And like I mentioned earlier, some of that growth and is challenging, and sometimes it's tough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you really grow when you get out of your comfort zone. So, I mean, we do have this document where both the mentor and mentee sign, and it's going to be very confidential. It should be a very confidential relationship. And yeah, just be open and honest, like Ross was saying.
Yeah.
I highly agree with that.
So we've talked about, what the program is. We've talked about how it works, some of the time commitments involved, and kind of some of the reasons to join the program. Another thing I wanted to make sure and touch base is we are going to be continuing to recruit mentors and mentees. So if you're interested in being a mentor or mentee, as we mentioned earlier, you can go to connect.acfe.com/mentoring. And on that page, there's a lot of information, the 4 steps in order to sign up and enroll. But we're also doing things at our 29th annual Global Fraud Conference, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks in Las Vegas. So we're also, trying to recruit mentors and mentees there as well. And if you are attending the conference and you'd like to participate, learn more, you can stop by the membership booth and talk to me. I know, Ben, you're going to be at the Professional Development Center, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ben will be at the Professional Development Center, which is, both of those are in the exhibit hall. So please, if you're an annual conference attendee, stop by. And if you sign up to be a mentor or mentee at the conference, we have some books. We have some giveaways we can provide you while supplies last. If you're a mentee, it would be a mentee's guide. If you're a mentor, it's a kind of a little pocket-sized book called Mentoring 101, and Ben and I have both we've read both of them, and I think they're good resources, and they provide a lot of different things for each group, right?
For sure, yeah. The Mentoring 101 will really just open the eyes to a mentor and the value they can bring to a mentee. The Mentee's Guide is just really a great workbook. It's even the size of a workbook too, so you can work out and create these goals and whatnot. So yeah, it's really great books, really great resources for sure.
So we also are doing things. We have some presentations we're doing at the Professional Development Center, and it's going to be. I'm going to be talking about the program as well. But then we also have some kind of industry leaders talking about professional development. So Don Levy, who is a hiring manager and has written some books for us and does some speaking. He's a great speaker. I know he's going to be participating and going to talk about the value of mentoring and networking. And so, if you're an annual conference attendee, I would suggest checking that out. It's going to be a good, quick morning session. One of those things you can eat your breakfast and listen to and kick off your day, the right way to start your day. And so we'll be doing some presentations. And the Professional Development Center is a little bit different this year. So you can get free headshots there, but then also, we'll have the mentoring program we're going to be talking about. And really, it's just kind of an extension on, focusing on those professional development goals. And so we have that center set up for people to talk about the professional development, whether they need, career coaching or resume reviews, different things like that. They can do those. And then whether it's just to talk about, talk with coaches about the importance of mentoring, or talk with Ben and I. We'd be excited to talk with you guys, and so you can learn more about the mentoring program and how it can benefit your career. Like I said, this is a new member benefit we're excited to roll out. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's kind of everything that we have on our list to talk about. Is there anything else we need to make sure to mention?
I mean, that's all I got for now too. If you do have any questions, go ahead to the community and go ahead and ask us, or just email me. We can put the email in the comments. So yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah, sounds good. So it's connect.acfe.com/mentoring if you're interested in enrolling in the program. And as always, you can always send us an email. But we're excited about this new ACFE member benefit. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.
Thank you.
See you.